Just a very brief follow-up to the temperature sensor that's down here. This is the connector that I was pointing at that was down in here. And what I didn't realize was that this is what the end should look like. And in actual fact, the body of the main part of the connector has broken off. And that was cracked for a long time because it was all builds up of oil and deposits and stuff in there. So I've cleaned all that off. This is reading a kind of solid temperature now. So what I might do is disconnect the temperature sensor down there, take it out and stick it against the heat gun. I'll bring you back if there's anything to report. Okay, so this is the sensor I've taken out of the engine. Got my multimeter on here. You can see it reads overload at the minute, and it's on the ohms setting, so the connector's hanging down here. I'm just going to, if I attach the probes here, okay, 214 ohms there. Hopefully you can read that on the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this on, and 214 ohms is a pretty good reading, but these sensors all come in a different kind of ohms ranges, resistances, and so I'm not 100% sure if this one's working. So what I'm going to do is just going to balance this on here, and then I've got my trusty torch, and I'm going to heat the thing up. Just going to switch on the gas. All right. So now if I warm this up, oops, come on. See, it's got a different reading. See that? So this is working. So that is working. I can put that back in the car again and then investigate whether, I think it was just the connector. So I'm just going to go and sort the connector out, see if I can get it to connect to the ECU properly and get the engine to read. And it didn't read when I just confirmed that whenever I opened this up at first, I couldn't get a reading on it. So the connector was definitely not working. Okay, so now being ever the Scrooge, all I've done is put a bit of JB welder in the bottom shell of this. This is where it was all cracked off, completely cracked off. So all that kind of oil from the oil leak was able to get into the connector, and so it was all mushed up inside there. So now I've cleaned all that. With this off, I could get at the contacts quite easily. So now I've glued that back on again where it cracked off. Just wait for that to dry. That'll go back on the thing. We know that we've tested the sensor itself, the thermostat. So all I need to do now is get myself 2 glow plugs, and I'm just going to go and check and see if they have those in stock, and if I can pick a couple up today. If I can get the car going, then at all, we should be able to get the engine warm enough, and it doesn't come up with the overheating message. I should be able to get the engine warm enough that it will do a bit of a regen. I don't know how blocked the DPF is, or whether it's just beyond it or not. We will see. Well, the update to the update isn't very exciting, I'm afraid. I spoke to my usual auto parts suppliers, and they said they had a couple of glow plugs in stock. They asked me did I have high pressure ones, and I said I didn't know. They took the number plate and they looked up their stock and said yes, they should have some that fit. Unfortunately, whenever I pulled mine out, they were completely different. So the one at the bottom is one of the new ones that I got, and the one on the top is the one that I have. The one has a male connector, one has a female connector, and the one that I have is what's called a high pressure one. So unfortunately they've had to order some in, and it'll be a day or two before I get them. So once I do that, the test will continue. Let's hope it'll all work fine. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully there'll be a part 3 with success in it any day now. Let's hope.